Welcome to this week's episode of the Legacy Lounge. I think we have a nice meaty topic today. I'm your host, AD Slayton, and I'm again the host of this very unique podcast. And I'll bring to the stage my co-host, and I'll start with Miss Marion Hill. Welcome, Marion Hill.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. My name is Marion. I'm a co-host with the Legacy Lounge. Um, Welcome aboard to listening, getting knowledge, and positive feedback. So, welcome.
Good morning. I'm Al Hill, not to be confused with AI. Welcome to the Legacy Lounge. I'm also one of the co-hosts, and we welcome you to join us to where your topics can be heard and discussed, and possibly give you an intelligent answer, intelligent feedback to whatever you're seeking. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is LaShawn Slayton, and I'm one of the co-hosts of the Legacy Lounge. And I'm so excited this morning about the topic that we will share. And I can't wait to everyone to hear the intelligent topic that we have going on today. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. I'm Tricia, a co-host of the Legacy Lounge. I'm enthused of today's topic that seems to be very interesting. I look forward to everyone's responses and people's perspectives on this topic. Hope you guys enjoy.
All right. So today's topic, and I'm gonna bring all the co-hosts to the stage. Today's topic is dealing with things out of your control. Now we all deal with different things. I deal with things. One of the things that's out of my control is, for instance, like my next client is gonna come from. For instance, like from my business, right? That's not in my control, so I have to do all the things to control what I can control, right? In regards to that uncertainty. So that's just one little example. I just wanted to kick that off. But I'll the genesis of this topic is Miss Marion Hill. So I would like Marion Hill to kind of get us going, if you don't mind.
Yes. I came up with this topic while I was at work, and it just came to me, and like the Holy Spirit said, maybe you need to reach out to others to see how they deal with things that are out of their control. Um, and I try not to be make things like a tear jerking moment, but sometimes you have to go there to release and get others feedback. Like, how do I deal with certain things that and certain things people do and say, and hold my tongue because I know they're not on the level that I am on, and I have to control how I respond to like negative comments or negative aspects of my life from them, getting negative responses. So I just need some clarity or others' input and thoughts on how they deal with things out of their control.
Nice. Yeah, like I would like to hear, to your point, others how others deal with things out of their control. I know one thing I try to do is um energy is everything. I really believe that energy flows between people, so I try to control my environment. Like, so then it makes me more apt to be able to recognize like negative energy or when something's trying to come against me. And then I exercise, right, to get my endorphins up versus cortisol. Like if you have a lot of stress, you get cortisol in your body, and then that just makes it worse, right? Because you have all this cortisol. So whenever you come against a stressful situation, energy, then your cortisol shoots up, and then that's when you get tired, you get depressed. It just leads you down a dark path. So I try to exercise to increase my endorphins, which will offset that cortisol. I was just saying that, like, I got very technical there, but I do a lot of that stuff. Eat healthy, work out, have these type of conversations with you four, right, to kind of help me, stay focused. But I'll stop.
Well, in my opinion, I think all of that plays a role into the solution. Now, according to what Marion was saying, my thing is, how do you meet people where they are and then survive the experience? What I mean by that is, like, a lot of times, people come from different backgrounds and have different understandings of life. And sometimes we cross paths, and sometimes people can leave a bad or negative experience with you. And when you venture out from that person or going back to your normal life, how do you survive the experience and don't bring that bad energy with you? And don't let that bad experience play a major role in your life. That's just my question.
I think you have to, in my opinion, meet people where they are and leave people where they are. Like, everyone is not going to think how you think. Everyone is not going to be on the same path as you. So you have to know within yourself when to leave that person alone, I feel. You know what I mean? Like AD was saying, you have to exercise, you have to eat right, I think you can control your environment. That's one thing you can do, because if you go into a negative situation and you don't feel right, you have the opportunity to leave that situation. And if you stay in that situation, I think the outcome is on you, basically. So you have to know within yourself what is right and what is wrong, when to leave and when not to leave.
So
And you
I
can't do it. You can't do it alone. Sorry, Tracy.
You can't do it alone. Right. You can't do it alone.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So when you find yourself doing it alone, how do you survive the experience? See, like AD, he chooses exercise. Huh?
I believe you just have to pray and meditate. AD meditates, and you have to pray and meditate and ask God or whoever you believe in for guidance. Because you can't do it alone.
Right. But a lot of times and I'm going to use the Black nation as an example, we find ourselves trying to rehabilitate our own self. We have a tendency to ball up all our problems within ourselves and try and solve them ourselves. And that's not good. That's why they say, Black people don't really go to therapy, and we should. This is therapy right here on this platform, because we're putting our issues out front and we're discussing it. And I think this is necessary and it's needed.
So I agree with everything you guys are saying. And I think a lot of it does come with control, and it also comes with controlling your consciousness. Because a lot of times you do stuff based off your conscience. You may feel guilty, you may feel obligated. It may be something that you was raised to do. But once you clear your conscience and create your own consciousness and way of life, or things that make you at peace, you won't have that guilty conscience to be around a negative situation no more. You're gonna understand it's positive. If it's not positive for you, then it's just not gonna work. And that's when you control things within yourself and within your energy field, and you want to even attract that no more. And then the negative person or the aspect or whatever, it's not gonna even want to come around you, because it can't even touch you no more. It can't even get to your energy. It's not gonna understand you, so it's gonna automatically disappear. Have y'all ever met somebody and they were just the most negative person you met, and then you never come across them again, or you never come across that type of spirit or aura again? That's because you cleared your conscience, you got on another level, and now you can't even attract that energy no more. So I think it's once you control things by clearing your conscience of the guilt or the pride of whatever you may feel that was embedded in you during childhood, or whatever make you make your decisions. Once you get that conscious level of understanding that it is not working for you, that negative aspect gonna go away. You ain't gonna even be able to attract that type of thing no more.
Because I think what made me come with that topic also, besides the Holy Spirit, is I was carrying something all week. I was having a conversation with one of my girlfriends, but she's like maybe 10 years older than I am. And we always get caught up. Like it may be 1 month or 2 months in between that, but she always called me or I call her, whatever. And she asked me about what's been going on. I told her, I have a puppy or what. She said, well, she already knew, but I guess she had forgot. But anyway. And I was saying how he adores me, and he made me see that a pet give you unconditional love, period. And as I was saying that, she was saying, yeah, because she has Shih Tzu, whatever. And we was talking. And the negative person that was in the room with me was saying, was that me?
It sounds like the
You
bong hit it. Go ahead.
you touched something. Go ahead.
Okay, but and so the person that was around said, yeah, she loved that dog more than she loved me. I was like, okay. So I said, anywho, I thought I think my girlfriend took it all saying that about her. She said, okay, well, let me let you go. And I said, okay, I'll talk to you later, But I never did reach back out to her to say, okay, this is what happened. This is why I abruptly, said, okay, we ending this call, And certain things that are out of my control, I cannot speak it, because if I do, it may not go the way the other person would like for it to go.
See, that's where you keep marrying. That's where you continue to go back to the level that you're taking 2 steps forward, then 1 step back. Mm-hmm. You can control the outcome of that by speaking your mind and leaving it at that. You have to have a way to do it. It has to be understood and clear. Mm-hmm. And once you do that, if the other person is affected by your opinion, then that's what it is. It's my opinion. Can nobody change your opinion? Mm-hmm. So if that affects them, then they got to grow. And you got to understand, if they got to grow, you just can't be there around until they get to that point. And if they never grow, that's fine. Mm-hmm. It's okay that you don't grow. This is the point I am in my life. I got it off my chest, my heart, whatever. And now I'm going to keep walking my path. If you continue to hold on to that every week, this topic going to go on every week. Well, I'm not saying the topic, the feeling is going to be within you weekly. Mm-hmm. You have to be okay with voicing your opinion in a manner that's not derogatory, and move on, and be okay with it. I'm telling you, it works.
Yeah, because I'm at a different level, a different path than others, and I can't help that because I'm not a sit down kind of person and stay stagnated. I'm still here. I'm still sitting here. I'm still doing nothing. I'm still waiting because y'all still waiting.
So,
and that's okay. And that's okay. Let them wait. You keep on moving.
So, and Tricia, so how should she handle the friend that misunderstood her?
Well, I don't know if she misunderstood me because I haven't spoken with her, but I don't know if she heard the person in the background.
Leave well enough alone. Just speak to your friend, tell her you was checking up on her with the relationship, and send her a picture of the dog and leave it at that. Because you don't want to open up that wound that you just got over, that you're trying to get over. And explaining, well, such and such, like you just explained, they're still keeping it open. You don't need to talk about this no more today either. Mm-hmm. You got to close some things and be okay with being closed and keep it moving.
Okay. Great advice.
What y'all think?
And I agree with that. And as you grow up in level of everything goes back to energy. Like that person is at a certain energy level. And you're growing to a different energy level, but you keep going back down, right? So then you can't reach that next level because you keep going down and back. So when we say leave people where they are, leave them at their energy field, right? Because they're gonna voice whatever they're gonna voice, right? But you can't let that stop their trajectory on where you're going. If you need to, you can say what you want to say or not, right? Because sometimes it takes your energy to say what you want to say.
Yeah.
Right. And then it brings your energy level down in some cases, right? When you gotta all right, I'm gonna drop down to address you on your level. Now that means I gotta go to that level.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to do that. I'm trying to go to the next level, right? I want to be an enterprise, whatever I'm trying to do. Right. I can't keep going back. And I'm not. So either I'm gonna have a conversation with you or not. I'm gonna be in a relationship with you or not. And that's my choice.
Yep.
If you're not okay with it, then that's on you. Back to what you're saying, Teresa. Like the way you take it, because we all got to control ourselves.
Mhm.
That's the only one we can control.
Mm-hmm.
And don't let nobody take you out of your character. You know, you can't.
And if they do, you gotta have that mechanism to get you back level. So that's why I
Right.
meditate. That's why I
Yeah.
run. It helps me get back centered.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Because people will throw you off, and it's like, oh man, I'm off. All right, how'd I get back?
And you know what? You can go a little deeper. A lot of, I ain't gonna say a lot of times, 100% of the times we'll put here to defeat what we didn't. I don't know if y'all believe in all this, but we'll put here to defeat what we did in our past life, history, grandmama, whoever didn't defeat whatever you're battling, right? So
Mhm.
that may be your thing that you have to defeat. You have to defeat whatever this is that has the control over you, or it's gonna continue to do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's and by you saying it has control, you keep giving it control because you keep saying it.
Mhm. It's true.
So you defeat that this lifetime, so you can come back the next one. You get what I'm saying? Like it go deep,
Right.
but defeat that,
Mhm.
and I think the rest of your 50, 60 years you have left, if 60, I'm kind of pushing it or whatever.
Mm.
It can be you can have peace of mind because you don't want stuff to continue to disturb your peace. If something disturbs your
Right.
peace of mind, that affects your heart,
Mhm.
Exactly.
and your heart is your soul. So you don't really
Mhm.
want, you know.
Right. That's
Mhm.
how you manifest. That's how things start manifesting in your body.
Mhm.
Right. You
Exactly,
start having
exactly,
diseases. That's why it's called dis-ease, because you're not eased.
Mhm.
exactly.
Right. And you start
Yeah.
manifesting things in your body.
Mhm,
Right.
Yeah.
One of you not addressing it, or if you're not letting it pass through you.
mhm.
Mhm.
So you gotta let it pass through you. Like you feel a certain way. Yes, I feel this way. Okay.
Mhm.
You just be one with
Yeah.
that and let it pass through you. Or someone made
Yep.
me feel a certain way. Be one with it and let it pass through you, because you hold on
Right.
to it. It'll manifest itself in certain ways in your body.
Mhm.
And that's called
Right.
the "it is what it is" creed. It is what it is.
Yeah,
And
because
It
I'm
when it
the
is what
come
it
out,
is.
outspoken.
it will come out.
Yeah, I'm the outspoken one, and then when I speak facts and truth, it affects others. Like I'm the
Mm-hmm.
negative one when this is
Okay.
facts,
Yeah. Right.
and I made it clear that I had during football season. Y'all have to figure it out.
It is
So
what it is.
that's when it come back to it is what it is because you will survive. You will make a way for yourself. Don't hold on my skirt tail or my shirt tail because I always elevate and I can't and I'm holding myself in bondage. I know that's something that I'm doing to myself. I can actually say that.
So one thing I want to talk about, I know, this is gonna get deep, but and it might, whatever. So a part of what I do and why I do what I do to like make myself like efficient is because the way I saw my grandmother grow up and the way she treated us,
Mhm.
right? And now the burden that has been put onto the family because of her decisions,
Mhm.
right? And I do that because I want to make sure that I want to have the right insurance. I want to have the right care. So when I come to the age, I don't need my kids
Mhm.
or want my kids to be taking care of me. I
Mhm.
don't. And that's because of decisions that were made along the line. Whatever, having kids, not working, X, Y, Z, depending on the system. And when you depend on the system, this shit happens.
It happens. Mhm.
And depending on the system is depending on me, you, Tracy, all of our tax dollars.
Mhm.
So all this stuff that's going on, like politically, that's my money
That's
that
right.
I'm giving, that I'm paying these social programs because of people's lazy ass are not going out and doing what they need to do to take care of themselves.
That's right.
And then you get to a certain age and then you dependent on your kids because or the system which is broken
Mhm.
to take care of you. No. And that's why this legacy line exists. Like, how do we build a legacy so we don't have to depend on that stuff?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Can I add
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
According to what you're saying, AD, I want you to also take a serious look at this at your leisure. I'm not going to say every one of us, but a lot of families have what I call a generational curse
Mhm.
Mhm.
that a lot of times people don't realize it exists.
Mhm.
And I think it's very fortunate that you were able to look beyond the curse and also develop a solution.
Mm-hmm.
So now that curse is not passed down to your children.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was you give yourself kudos for that. And actually you and Tracy, I think both of y'all, and I'm not talking about your family or anybody in your background, because we all got something that we carrying from our generational curse. And but to be able to recognize something was wrong and to correct it, that weighs heavy, man. That's real big.
And you know what it is, and I think that this is where it oftentimes is missed in our community. It's just doing retrospectives. What I mean by that is looking at a problem or looking at what is occurring, and then seeing your role in it and seeing how you can improve on it. Versus you keep doing the insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. That's lack of retrospective. If you have a retrospective with yourself, that's what the meditation is. That's what the prayer is. It's retrospecting and then speaking it.
Yeah.
Like we do more of that. Like our Black people pray, but they pray for like it's entertainment prayer, right?
Yeah.
What I mean by that, like people do it like they do get something out of it. I'm just saying like oftentimes it's done as for entertainment purposes versus like I want to there's an end result or there's a communication factor with it. Those that do that, like Mom, she's an intercessor, right? She does it like that, right?
Yeah.
She does it to get she's a vessel, right? It flows through her, right? Not everyone's like that. People are just doing it because my grandma told me to pray,
right? That's the exterior prayer.
Yes.
What y'all are doing is an interior prayer. You're discovering the God within. That's the real God, in my opinion. That hooping and hollering, running up and down the aisle for show, and then paying a pastor that you believe is paying your tithes to God. That I don't agree with that. I don't believe in that. So I mean, I think you guys are on the right path. You finding the God from within and you exercising it. This is how you was able to recognize, hey, look, something is wrong from my past. Let me get off this track and get on the right track.
But I thought of that early on when I was very young. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be caught up in nothing. I had a bigger picture to see. See, some people don't see the bigger picture. I did. I said, okay, this is what I want for these two.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get caught up in anything that I can't fix myself for them. So my whole thing in my mind was, I gotta make it better. I gotta make it better for them. I want them to have better. So I always say, I will never put on my two what was put on me. So for me to be stronger in that, I had to be strong. No one taught me to be strong. No one said, don't go down this path. Don't go that way. It was already in my mind. I'm not going that way. I'm not going that way. So what I did, I always worked. I had 2 jobs. I made sure I'm never going to ask anybody to help me because then here go the chatter. Instead of saying, okay, what can I do? I'm push you and you pull me kind of thing. It wasn't that. I was the pusher and the puller for myself. So now that I see that it's still happening, it affects me, And when I speak that, people look at, you think you better than others. Okay, well, you think that. I don't think that. But if you see me as that, I'm that.
Yeah, you're on a different level now. Yes, I am better.
Yeah, I told you. Yeah, that's what I started telling you. Yes, I am better than that.
But I always seen myself as that person. I've always tried to make things better for my two. Okay, you technical and you more college bound. So I didn't say no. You gonna go to college, Teresa. You see what I'm saying? If this is where your path is, you go your path. But I'm not gonna stop you from going there. And then when people see that you are evolving, here comes Satan right in, okay, it's my turn to put it in your little mind that they think they're better than everybody. No, I never said that. So when things are out of your control, that's why I came up with that topic, how you deal with things that are out of your control. Because people are going to say what they want to say. But I gotta
That's your
know.
answer. That's the answer right there. People gonna say what they want to say. That's your control.
Mhm,
That's it.
mhm.
Out of all that, that's the answer. Those 5 words.
And also,
I don't mean
have
to
you,
cut you off, Al, but I think I broke that curse for my two and for myself.
So you know what's the crazy, the irony to that? If you're a generational curse breaker, you have the hardest path, right? And your kids normally have one of them anyway. Normally have the harder path. So
Hmm.
by you recognizing that was put on your life this time, then you have to understand that it is what it is type of thing, and know that that's what you were here for. Because I can agree with everything you said. We did live a different life. We did move to Cobb County, and I used to get picked on. Your mama, y'all live in Cobb County. You think you white. You think you better than us. They still to this day call me the bougie cousin. And it's
Hmm.
only because your parent chose to have a different lifestyle and give you a better way to live to teach your children that. So
Hmm.
it can be a burden to carry. And a lot of times the biggest warriors or the biggest fighters have the crosses to bear, which is a burden.
Hmm.
So
I
that's
agree. I totally agree.
yeah.
you 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 ever heard the saying that God will punish you through your children?
Hmm.
Iniquity, right?
But you never hear people say God can also bless you through your children.
That's right.
So, in my opinion, yeah, I think you carried a big burden, but all you had to do was bring the children forth. That's
Mhm.
just like Mary in the Bible. All she had to do was bear Jesus. All she had to do was bring him forth into the world, and look at what he did for the world. So, I look. That's why when I look at your two children, they're on a level that, fortunately, you and I can't keep up with. You know, but I know it's all for a purpose.
Hmm.
So that's why I rally behind them and cheerlead them to go ahead, go forth. Y'all
Hmm.
keep doing what you're doing. I see
Hmm.
what you're doing.
Hmm.
You know, cause neither one of your children look like what y'all been through, and I think that's a blessing.
I agree.
Man, I told you this was a good series, a good episode.
Can you drop the mic, Trey, or give us an applause?
Yeah.
Our live studio audience. Give us another one. Come on, please.
Do it like Teresa.
Wow. Any last parting words? Any additional topics anyone want to bring up?
I don't have any right now, but I'm quite sure I will develop one for the next series.
I want to thank the panel for giving me information on things that I need to do because I already know what to do. But sometimes you have to get that confirmation, that revelation, you know. And I really appreciate it. And for our listeners, I hope you gain some type of knowledge, or you may have went through or know someone else who's dealing with things that are out of their control. That you can just take just one piece of this, and hope it has an effect on your life.
Man, that is
Mhm.
smooth talk on the Legacy Lounge. That was you know what? I have nothing else to say. That is cool. Like any other parting words before we shut it down for this week?
Keep striving,
Yeah,
keep
Right.
evolving, and keep reaching because it's there. Just keep your hands
Yeah.
open. Don't close your hands. Don't close your fists. Keep your hands
Yeah.
open.
Yeah. Keep
Each
well,
one
living.
reach one. Each one teach one. Like look
exactly,
within. Look
exactly.
within.
Welcome to the Legacy Lounge.
All right, and we will see you next time. Thank you all for joining and listening. Please like and follow and subscribe to our podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.